I say Samsung is way better than iPhone. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing unpopular opinions with a tiny little mukbang inside. We'll call it a sad mukbang because there's no food in my house. So we have a cup of noodles and some dill pickle Pringles. So let's see. Oh, and by the way, I did my hair today. I styled it. I put these little ball things on here. Super cute.
You guys are just jealous because all of my friends that know me tell me that I remind them of Beyonce. So you can.
And then I did my makeup. I was having a really bad makeup day today though, because every time I kept trying to do my eye makeup and like conceal up under my eyes, my eye kept watering up. I don't know what was going on. I did use a different product, or a product that I usually don't use all the time. It was a oil-free moisturizer type thing, because I have really bad combination skin that's oily and dry, which makes no sense. I don't understand how skin can be oily and dry at the same time, but somehow my skin managed to figure it out. So I tried the new product, and every time I tried to put a little bit of it on, you know, put it all over my face, my eye kept watering up. So I had to go back in, cover it up, and then it will water up even more. Then I had to go back in and then cover it up again. So the fact that I even filmed today is like completely a blessing, because I was not going to film due to the makeup situation. It'll be a cold day in hell when I get on my channel and film without makeup. Just letting y'all know. So my first unpopular opinion is that Lilo and Stitch is better than Moana. The soundtrack to Moana was really, really good, but I feel like the movie really lacked a lot of structure. I like what the movie represented. I'm glad we finally got another princess of color. It was great, but I don't think that it held a candle to Lilo and Stitch. To me, Lilo and Stitch represented the kind of island theme a little bit better for some reason. I found Lilo and Stitch to be more interesting. My second unpopular opinion is going to be that Samsung is way better than iPhones. If you guys don't know, I am an avid Samsung user. Right now I'm filming on a Samsung actually. It is not even a new current Samsung. It's just a Samsung, I think it's a Galaxy Prime 3. I found it for cheap at Walmart. But I am an avid Samsung supporter. I love Samsung. I love that you can add extra storage to it without having to buy a whole new phone. And that's why I really rock with Samsung. I know people have a lot to say about the Samsung camera. And don't get me wrong, the cameras aren't perfect. This one is actually great. I think it's because it's a little bit newer. But it's still not the newest. But Samsung does have some problems. But I'm still going to be a hardcore Samsung user to the day I die. I have Apple products and I do have Android products, but I really rock with Samsung as a phone. And I say Samsung is way better than iPhone. Number 3 is going to be, I feel that teachers deserve a whole lot better than what they are offered in the world. I know there's a lot of teachers that go on strike because they're not paid enough, and that's really kind of sad to me that they have to actually bring it up, because it's something that we all know, that teachers aren't paid enough. Like, in my opinion, I just imagine going to school for like 4+ years, then getting a job where you have to continuously go get education, which is really annoying. And then you show up to work and you have like other people's children like completely disrespect you and treat you like garbage. And then on top of that, you're not paid enough. So I feel like teachers deserve a whole lot better than they're offered. I have no interest in being a teacher, even though I am great at teaching. But I feel like teachers do deserve a lot better. Number 4 is I don't understand the hype around BTS. Don't get me wrong, they're all so handsome. I've never been much of a boy band person, but I don't understand how like people fan out over them, or how they're like, oh my god, it's BTS, they're everything and all that. Their music isn't bad. It wouldn't be my first choice, like my first choice to listen to, but I'm not going to turn it off if it comes through the aux, if somebody plays it in the car. But they don't really get me all excited to listen to them. Number 5 is that The Princess and the Frog was one of the worst Disney princess movies out of all of them. So my opinion was that it was really rushed and that it was kind of a waste of time. Again, with the Disney movies, the plot wasn't great, and it didn't seem like they put a whole lot of structure into the plot. And I mean, it's a Disney movie, so I'm not expecting a whole lot out of it, but compared to the other Disney movies that were made, The Princess and the Frog didn't really hold a candle to the other ones that were made. And that's pretty sad, because as a Black woman, that movie was really, really important to me. But actually, I would rather prefer a movie like Moana compared to that one, because I didn't really like that one. It wasn't good. It just felt rushed, and like they should have taken more time with the storyline, the plot, developing the characters, and I wanted them to like have something more important to say, like more of an important message in there than just, oh, you know, she had her restaurant in the end. I was looking for more in terms of that. And then she fell in love, of course, so that's a thing, but I was just looking for more. Number 6, I feel like the YouTube beauty community is actually really toxic. They're so, I've been observing them for a long time, and they're really exclusive, and that's one thing that I don't like on YouTube, is the exclusivity. It's that, oh, you can't sit with us, and, oh, if you look like this, you can't come to the party. And it's kind of like that whole mean girl mentality with the beauty community. And it's kind of weird because, you know, they're the beauty community, so they should be the ones that are like positive, and like it's about beauty and it's about love and all that, but they're really negative. To me, they're more toxic than the drama channels and all that. I feel like the beauty community has a lot of toxicity that I don't really like, and I don't think that's what they should be displaying on YouTube. And I'm not saying all beauty channels are like this, but I'm saying that it's become really obvious, because it keeps on happening, that there is a problem within the beauty community. Number 7 is, I actually love Riverdale, and I think that Riverdale is really good. I know some people say that Riverdale is bad, the acting is horrible and all that, but if you go back and you observe other teen dramas like Pretty Little Liars, The Fosters, stuff like that, I don't know what people are expecting in terms of acting. It's just pretty much what you get when you have a teen drama. Things are going to be exaggerated and all that in the third. It's not going to be absolutely perfect. You're not going to get the best acting. So I do think that Riverdale has good acting, and it has a really decent plot. And I liked where they went with the first season more than the second season, but I will still be watching, and I don't understand when people say that Riverdale sucks. I really like Riverdale, so. My noodles are getting cold. Mm. Mm. I like to dip it in the juice because it gets it like wet. It tastes really good. Mm. Okay. For struggle food, this is actually really bomb. Y'all gotta try it. Don't say I never put you on to anything. So, number 8 is that Nicki and Cardi need to stop fighting and letting their fans pit them together. My last point about that is they should really make music together, because they both make really great music, or they're will make. They both have really great music, so I think that if they did a collaboration, they would really be unstoppable. Like, even if they did one song or maybe like went on tour together, that tour would make them so much money. And this is what I'm talking about, where you have these celebrities that will stop each other's bag in order to try to propel themselves forward. But in all honesty, I feel like with Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, that's actually setting them back. If they were to collab together and were friendly with each other and really worked on their relationship, I feel like in the long run they would be able to make more money than the money they're making off of this beef. That's my opinion, but I know some people are like really loving the whole fighting that they do. But I really feel like they just need to make some music together. I know they had that song Motorsport, which is great, but there was a whole bunch of drama surrounding that. I feel like they need to just bury the hatchet and let everything go and make some, like, a bomb album together. I would so support. My 9th unpopular opinion are cats are better than dogs. I've always been a cat person. I've never really been a dog person, but I do like pets. I'm not a huge pet person, but I do really like pets. My pet of choice is, of course, fish, because I don't like having to do the maintenance and stuff like that. But I feel like cats are really great because they are such a low maintenance animal, to the point where, like, they'll clean themselves and stuff like that, and they'll go to the bathroom by themselves, and they kind of like try to hide the smell in the litter box where they like cover it up, stuff like that. That's what I really like about cats. Cats are hilarious to me too. Like, they got that whole sassy attitude. I think it's so funny. I feel like cats act a lot like humans, like with their moodiness and how they can be shady and stuff like that. But I feel like cats have a really bad reputation also. But I am a cat person. I do think cats are better than dogs. Number 10. So this was a conversation that I was having with my friend, that I basically said I don't like the phrase you need to separate the art from the artist. So I feel like that's just kind of an excuse to not admit that your fave or like your favorite celebrity is problematic. You just say, well, you need to separate the art from the artist. So I feel like that's really overused to like not actually say, well, what they did was wrong, but I still like their music. Like, to me that sounds a little bit better. But a lot of times I hear people be like, well, you need to separate the art from the artist when I say something bad about a celebrity that, like, I'm like, nah, because what they do is not great. You need to separate the art from the artist. My thing is that I have no problem separating the art from the artist, but I am going to admit that they are problematic. And another thing with that, I have no problem separating the art from the artist, but if I didn't really like their art to begin with, then I'm good. I'm just gonna, they can be canceled. I mean, it is what it is. Number 11 is that I didn't really like Black Mirror's Bandersnatch. That whole interactive episode where you can have the remote and you can choose what the character will do next. I am a big Black Mirror fan, but to me that wasn't their greatest moment. I didn't really find it that interesting. It took me a really long time to play it and get through it. I didn't like Bandersnatch at all. I did see where they were trying to go with it, where it was like, no matter what option you choose, like, the paths are already set out, so you can choose a different option, but you're still going to end up with the same result no matter what path you go through. There's a bunch of different set, destinies for the guy, and no matter what option you choose, you're going to end up at each one of the set destinies. I don't know if that makes sense, but I just didn't like Bandersnatch. I love Black Mirror. I cannot wait for the new season, but Bandersnatch was not it. Oh, number 12. I think that people that make movies need to stop putting the whole movie in the trailer. This is really a big thing that pisses me off. I feel like I just watched the whole movie based off the minute that you showed of it. And I feel like Netflix has a really big problem with putting the whole movie in the trailer. I want to be kind of surprised when I go to watch it. I don't want to know everything that it's about. Things like that. Me and my friend were talking about this. He was saying that Marvel puts in fake scenes in their trailers, which I thought was super cool. So they put like in fake scenes to kind of throw us off the scent of what is actually going to be in the movie, and I think that's really cool. But putting the whole movie in the trailer, I think, is just a waste of everybody's time. Don't do that. I don't want to feel like I actually watched the whole thing just based off the trailer. Number 13. Red velvet cake is better than chocolate cake. I know y'all are gonna think I'm crazy, but to me there is a complete difference. I know it's just like the red dye, but I think there's definitely a complete difference between red velvet and chocolate cake, even though there really isn't. I was talking about this yesterday with my friend. Of course, I run everything by him. We talk about all this stuff a lot. And he was saying that he always thought that chocolate cake was better than red velvet cake. And it's crazy because then I asked my mom and she's like, no, I like red velvet cake better. And I was asking a few other people and they like definitely had a difference of opinion on which one they thought was better. And I just find it funny because they're the exact same thing, just with dye. But definitely I am a red velvet cake person. And I love that it always comes with the cream cheese frosting. Tastes so good. Number 14 is that PlayStation is way better than Xbox. I've never been an Xbox person. I like that you can create little characters. I hope that you could create... Actually, I can't even remember if you can create... I think you can have like a little Abby on Xbox, but I'm not quite sure because I would never touch Xbox ever. I've always been a PlayStation person. I always love PlayStation. I support PlayStation. I'm just not a huge Xbox fan. But hey, if you guys want to sponsor me, go ahead and do it. Okay. Let's see. Oh, what was I at? Oh, I was at 16. No, I was at 15. Sorry, I stopped counting. I think that school dances are overrated. I went to one school dance in high school, didn't love it at all. I thought it was a waste of time. I feel like I wasted my money. It wasn't really popping. All the songs were censored. Every time I tried to break it down, the principal would walk through and be like, hey, none of that. So it was kind of just like swaying back and forth like this. It wasn't that great to me. I'm not a huge fan of school dances. I've never been. I didn't even go to prom. I didn't think prom looked interesting. I really thought it was a waste of money. I kind of just wanted out of school. In my freshman year, I realized that school dances were just a fundraising tactic. And there was so much importance placed on it that didn't really need to be there because honestly, it wasn't that great. None of them are that great. That's just my opinion though. And my last unpopular opinion, Travis Scott's Astroworld wasn't that great to me. I don't know if it was because that he came out with more music after not having music come out for a second. And it was like kind of his like a big thing that was surrounding it, all the media coverage of his album, or if it was because he was with Kylie Jenner and they were together that it got so much praise. But to me, it wasn't that great. I didn't really love it. There was a few songs I like. I like Sicko Mode with Drake. I don't know if that's because I'm a huge Drake fan, but Astroworld didn't do it for me. Now, saying this, I do have maybe 4 Astroworld songs that are sitting in one of my folders in YouTube in my must download folder, and I do listen to those, but I haven't gone to download them yet, which says a lot. So I feel like I didn't really like the album that much or connected with the album as much as I have with other music. But Astroworld wasn't my favorite. I know that's going to be a big unpopular opinion because Travis really has it going on right now. Him and his whole family, they're doing big things. But it wasn't my favorite project. It wasn't even my favorite. There was no favorite song of his that was on that album. I really wasn't here for it. All right, well, that concludes my unpopular opinions with this sad mukbang. with my instant lunch noodles. I don't know how to pronounce this. Maruchan. And then my dill pickle Pringles. Pringles, if you would like to sponsor me, I'd be more than happy to go ahead and let that happen. Wink. Wink. Anyways, that was it for this video. And it is a wrap. Oh.